All right, guys, welcome back to
What's going on? We're
I'm
not
gonna talk over.
Don't end it. Don't end it. We're gonna keep going.
All right.
Go.
All right, guys, welcome back to Too Much Thought, episode 10 now. We're hitting double digits.
We are.
We're getting a little professional out here.
Well,
What do y'all think?
I'd like to think so.
I thought we were professional at the first one. We're just getting better and better.
Logan?
You know?
Yeah, what he said.
I mean, we've always been those guys, but don't get me wrong. But yeah.
Figured it out.
Hey, if you have been watching and you have been liking, then subscribe and then like, let's get it on.
It's a
We're
perfect
trying
way.
to grow here.
We're trying to give y'all better content more often.
Yeah.
And we need is
Yeah.
subscribers.
Need something to watch? Watch us.
Yeah, watch us talk about stupid shit.
Like
Hour
we're about
long
to
episode
do.
each week.
We're about to talk about some stupid shit.
Strap in.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm pretty excited about what we're talking about, honestly.
I'm excited.
I got a strong opinion.
I'm ready to talk about it.
Well,
It does not mean it's stupid shit.
not
I
to
mean,
me.
most stuff
In a-
you
not to
get
me
excited about
personally.
is. So.
No, stupid shit in a good way, guys. Y'all are
Okay.
taking me in. Hey, chill out, guys.
Okay.
I mean
We're
stupid
ready.
shit in like the fact of, hey, does it matter to the world? Hell no.
No.
I don't know. I think where we are is about them.
I don't know. Yeah,
Matters.
you're right. This might change the world.
Exactly.
But we were kind of discussing before we hopped on here, like, just TV show. We were just talking about, because there's one TV show in particular we've been watching.
It just came out, right?
Yeah, it just came out. Me and Hunter
Okay.
watched it. We told Logan to watch it. We
together,
were like,
didn't we?
I just watched it
we
today.
did. And we got to talking after that. We were like, you know what, man? What are some of the greatest TV shows? But first of all, I want to start off on, what is it? Age of Dragons? House of Dragons? I know that sounds like I don't know what the fuck I'm
It's
talking
a
about.
House of Dragons.
It's just a Game of Thrones prequel. That's all we'll call
Yeah,
it.
Game of Thrones, bro. Imagine Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones. And it's literally the same storyline, just like 100 years back.
It's like 170, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
more than 150.
Yeah.
Or 100.
I think it's fucking dumb.
Really?
Well, because
This guy,
so
bro.
if you watch Game of Thrones, it's like you watch Game of Thrones and you see the ending, right?
I haven't.
So great.
I haven't seen the ending.
It is great. It is very great. Shout out Game of Thrones. Talk about it later. But House of Dragons, it feels like they're picking off where they left off, but it's a prequel. You know, with Game of Thrones, it was so great. It led up to this, led up to that. And I understand that's what you want a prequel to do, lead up to this. But I feel like they jumped into it.
Okay, but you just watched the pilot episode. You can't
That's
base
what
the
I'm
whole
saying.
series off of.
I don't know.
One episode.
The first Game of Thrones, I was hooked.
And you're not hooked on this?
Not really.
Or are you hooked just because you know it's something to do with Game of Thrones?
Well, it's 175 years before it.
Yeah.
But it's the same, like,
Same houses and everything.
realm, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, 175 years before it. So you don't know. I mean,
None of the same characters, but
obviously, but
Everyone's
for,
dead.
they're not born yet. That's not dead.
For me, it's just like they're like, okay, Game of Thrones did well. Let's throw this in there. Let's make it this way. Let's do this so it's perfect this way. And I mean, I like if I never seen Game of Thrones, I would like it. Just because it's a timepiece period series,
Yeah.
but I
a
feel
cool
like
time.
they try too hard with it. For me, it feels like if you look at the Queen, right?
One episode.
How are they trying to?
I'll be honest with you. Okay,
They wanted to start strong.
Yeah, I
so
do
they
wanna
gave a lot
hear
of
this.
content.
how many characters do y'all know from the first episode of House of Dragons?
Their names are so hard to remember. Don't put me on the spot.
Well,
I mean, I remember the prince.
general perspective, you got 3, right? You have the Queen, you have the king that just died. Spoilers.
No, the
He hasn't
princess's
died. He hasn't
friend
even
stood
died
out
yet.
a lot.
He died because she became queen. He has to, the king
He is
has
not
He
dead.
picked her to be the next.
She's
Okay,
the
this is why you
heir.
didn't like it, because you didn't watch it.
no.
It's like leaving a will behind. You
no.
just- they know who to go to when he dies.
there's not a ceremony for it until you become king or queen.
Did you look that up in Game of Thrones lore?
No, I know that from being a historian major.
He's like, I never made
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So for me, and plus right after that, dude jumped on a dragon and left, right? So
The king?
the main antagonist,
Oh yeah. Yeah, the
and
prince.
looks like a deformed legless, I think.
Okay.
That's a different story, but I really do think it's trying to, because what was her name in Game of Thrones?
Daenerys.
Daenerys. It felt like they were just this is just a different Daenerys.
How do you
Because
guys
it is.
remember these
It's literally her
names?
great grandma. Like
Yeah, so you think everything works out like that in symmetry? You
in
think?
this realm, I keep saying realm. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying realm.
Well, no, that's what it is.
but I
'cause
like it.
I like
That's
it
a dope
too.
word, realm. In this
It's
realm,
fitting. It's fitting.
the families have their own, distinct traits, bro. And theirs is the white hair. And if you're a woman,
It's kinda like
in
feel
this,
like
in this
Nazi
bloodline,
Germany.
you just have to be a damn good looking woman. That's the way that their bloodline works,
That's the only way to become a queen.
bro. I don't care. I don't know what it is. It might be the white hair.
I thought it was blonde.
No, that's white, bro.
It's like really,
That's
really
silver.
There's a little bit of yellow in there, but it's mainly white.
What is
Okay.
that? And y'all gonna be like, damn, he likes grandma. Nah,
You like the silver-haired foxes, man?
I like that, bro.
Okay.
I like that.
Well, taking out the appearance by the side, I thought it was fucking shit.
Okay.
The CGI was good. Like the dragon looked
Well,
cool.
obviously, because Game of Thrones.
This is 2022, bro.
Yeah,
How
come
much
on now.
budget did they have? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but you said
Probably a lot.
Lord of the Rings has what budget per episode?
I don't know about episode, but each season I think is getting around $1 billion. In
Yeah, and there's only like, 10 episodes per.
budget. I have no idea.
Yeah, so
But it's supposed to
they
be the
all-
highest budget for a TV show to date.
So take it a little bit scale down. They probably have a highest budget. So of course, because if you looked at it, I mean, the first person people look at it when they see a fucking dragon and a dude riding it.
Like,
Does it
cool.
look?
Yeah.
Does
I
it
fuck
look
with it.
real or not? It looks real. So they already put money into it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like with Game of Thrones, because it was called Game of Thrones, it showed the first episode, because I just rewatched the first episode a little bit ago before I watched this one. You saw different characters.
Shaw.
You didn't see 3 characters.
I'm sorry.
When he
Right.
looked at you, I'm sorry. The way he looked, I looked at you. I don't know if y'all can see that. Just
I got scared.
I don't know what you said.
Okay.
those confusion.
I was just hurt. But it just. I mean, you watch the first Game of Thrones. You got all these different characters that are viable, that are playing for that throne. And this one, they're like, okay, Queen, dude, her uncle, she used to fuck.
We don't know yet. They look like they fucked.
Well, close
Not
to
following
it.
all this.
And you don't pick up on
Wait, you didn't get those
sexual-
vibes, bro?
Oh,
I guess I missed it.
Nah, there was.
The queen?
No.
The daughter of the queen.
The
when
one
the
that
when the
became
uncle
queen.
first shows up, the way he's acting. Come on now.
Okay.
If you know
There's
Game of
incest.
Thrones, you know
So I haven't
That shit
watched that much
exists.
Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
there's a
so
lot
I
of
guess,
That shit
incest.
I
exists,
guess
in Game
that's
of
why I
Thrones.
didn't assume that's what was going on.
Yeah. So I was, it could be great. It has a lot of ways they can go. But the first episode of Game of Thrones, I was like, oh, I see all these characters. I see their motives. I like this guy. I like this guy. I like this guy. And that one, it was like, really just, it was the king and the 2 other people.
But
Yeah.
like I said, dude, it has only been one episode, bro.
Yeah.
Mm,
And the jousting scene was really cool. When they broke out into fight.
It was.
really good.
But for me, the main guy got his ass whooped.
Well, it's just because he got
Who's to say he's even the main guy,
arrogant.
bro?
It's just because he got arrogant and started pleasing
he
the
rides
crowd.
He's got white hair and rides a fucking dragon.
I feel like you're quick to jump to conclusions, man. That's what they want you to think.
It's just my intuition, it's my gut, like I got told earlier today.
Who told you that?
They don't want
That's
to get
a,
into
that's,
that.
a, that's a different story today.
Okay. They were wrong.
Whatever they said, they were wrong about you, Hunter.
Okay, just because he
You're
flew off
damn
on
right.
a red dragon doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
It kind of does. It kind of does.
No.
I don't know. The way he was acting too,
Yeah.
because they had to have
You cut that one guy's head off
polar opposites. Yeah.
for murder.
Mm,
Court back then was cruel, dude. That's crazy. They're cutting off hands,
Yeah.
testicles.
I Well, it kind of makes sense. Kind of.
Hand for hand, eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
imagine
that-
living those times though. Like, oh,
that-
I stole some bread.
Well, here I'm taking your hand.
Yeah, well,
Try it again.
I'm cutting your hand off.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, eye for an eye, you know?
Bro, you can't survive. You're out here in the slum. We talking about the hood. We talking about the slums. You were literally wearing fucking rags, bro.
Well, you got.
They send you home with a
thing
wide open arm.
Is like, you got 2 hands, right? You stole something, your hand got cut off. You better make damn sure this hand don't fuck up.
I get it.
So you're
But
You
more
got 2
than-
hooks on your hand.
Is that right? Nah, bro. What? Especially, it could be a young man. Oh, well. He's just trying to provide for his sick mother who hasn't eaten in 3 days.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't
that-
know the context.
That's his hand.
Well, back then, go to war.
They didn't have a
And
jury
win.
back then. It was just
Do you think they paid you for
pull you
that?
out in the streets.
Yes, they did. Why do you think there's nights and everything? Why do you think they're
okay,
so
at night.
well
I think
paid?
I do think like back in medieval times, if you were a soldier, bro, you're not coming home with a check. You're not coming home with
gold.
No, you got a place to stay. They fed you, and I think you come home with honor, and that's
No.
about it.
That's
bro.
it.
No, that's
in my eye, I think that's how I imagine it.
well, historically, it's not how it worked.
Okay, let's hear the historical version.
So if a knight came home
I'm not talking about a knight,
from war,
the
well-
most noble of all fucking warriors. I'm talking about your average Joe out there with a.
well, then he wasn't
a
a,
sword.
knight. Well, then he was a knight. He was part of the fjord.
Just a soldier.
He was just a guy there with a fucking, what do they call it? That shoots hay. A fucking
pitchfork?
A pitchfork.
Who's going
He
to
was
war with a
guy-
pitchfork?
That's
Hey.
why back in the old times there were people that were just sitting there, you know, without any armor and a fucking little fucking metal sword, and there were guys on horseback with all this armor on. It's because these guys, they went to war, they seen this, or they had this family name, so they have this much gold to be able to go to the blacksmith, get this, I want my horse with armor. And most of these guys are farmers that are just sitting out there with a sword. Back then, like Game of Thrones, like Lannister, like was it not Tyrion, but his
dad?
Jamie.
Oh, his brother.
What could he do besides be a warrior? You know, he was built to be a warrior. He's put to be a warrior. Everything he has was just armor on armor. Let me be a warrior, and so that's how they built up that money. Because it was, I wouldn't say mercenary, but kings weren't stupid. If you had a great warrior with a great family name at the time, you were getting gold, with land, with companies, with property, and that was your main purpose, was be the warrior.
Some. I'm talking about the general public, though, my guy.
Well, they were farmers.
Because you got to think, you're going to war.
But if you're a
Like,
farmer, how often are you being called to war?
Well, back then, it seems like every 10 years.
Maybe.
So that's why they
That's
offer
10
up their.
peaceful years.
This one with someone, Elon. Please invent a time machine so we can go see this firsthand, my guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
Warp there and get a sword in your gut like right away.
I'm
I'm just
23.
trying to watch, take pictures. Oh,
Hey, I'm a photographer.
His phone dies. He's like, "Where's the phone jack at, guys?"
Any outlets?
Nah, you
Hey,
get fucked up.
hey, but back to some TV shows, man. Obviously, Game of Thrones is a great one. This prequel probably gonna be great. Hunters are shitting on it for no reason.
I'm not saying it's not going to be good. It's not going to be interesting to watch. I'm just saying, right now, from what I've seen, it's not the Game of Thrones plot I saw.
Okay.
I respect it.
We'll
You
wait and
know?
see how it comes out.
But what about
I'm
some
very
other shows,
opinionated.
man?
Oh.
I know. Okay, we kind of did this way back when we just started 6 episodes ago, but
A month ago.
Yeah, no, 6 or 7.
it seems like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we kind of like had like a list for fast food restaurants. We kind of want to get into this too, like just TV shows in general, because I
Yeah.
feel like we all watch somewhat. Obviously, some shows everyone's watched, but for the most part, we watch different stuff, and like we kind of just wanted. We were comparing them a little bit earlier. We're like, save this for the cast, bro. Let's
Yeah.
get in there and let's rank these things.
Just name your top one.
Top one.
Top
Top.
I got
You go
mine
first.
on deck, bro. But
Yeah.
Logan, you start us off.
number 1 TV show is That 70s Show.
Oh,
That's a great one.
Is the best TV show
That's
there.
great.
That's a great sitcom.
So
That's
many
really nice.
great quotes in there from like Kelso, Red.
That was my favorite.
It's so good. How could you beat that?
Yeah.
There's
I
no better.
agree.
I have to agree. There is no better show. Hey, I got home and I'm drunk, or it's been a long day and I just want to chill. What do you turn on, man? That's 70s.
Well, that's why they took it off a lot of the mainstream platforms streaming, because they were like, we know the people that watch it, you gonna give us some money or not? That's why Office went to fucking Peacock. That's why Peacock only has the Office.
So whoever offers it whoever produced
They
that
know it's getting
show
watched.
the most
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna watch it. You're gonna pay to watch that just
Yeah.
because it's so good. But for
it's up there.
me, bro, I ain't gonna
What's
lie to
yours?
you. It's kind of on that sitcom level. I don't give a fuck what y'all say on sitcoms. But
Seinfeld.
yeah, nah. How I Met Your Mother, bro. I don't know if y'all ever watched that.
Really?
How I Met Your Mother is probably, no lie, the best show. I could watch it over and over and over. And there's no other thing like that for me.
I've seen like 5 episodes maybe.
Oh, bro.
So I understand what it's
Boy,
about.
You
but
watched enough.
Well, obviously you know what it's
I
about.
enjoyed
How
it.
I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
The end goal of it.
Not enough to come back and
Yeah.
just sit down and watch it, I guess.
Yeah.
It cracks me up every time, even though I know what they're about. It's got to the point where I know what they're about to say,
You start laughing
and I'll be
before
like,
it.
I sometimes I like mouth the words. I'm like,
This is exactly what they say. Yeah.
you know,
Just read
it's
the
script.
Well, I'll lean
How many
off
seasons does How I Met Your Mother have?
Probably 10.
8,
8?
10.
So that's a long one.
8.
When did it first start airing? Do you know?
early 2000s.
Okay, cool.
I couldn't say the exact year.
Like 2008.
Here comes a crack.
Ooh,
Oh, I saw some.
that was
Yeah, I got
nice.
all wet. I ain't gonna lie.
You was shaking up before.
Happy dads, drink them.
Unpaid ad right there.
No free-
hit us up. One day.
No,
one day.
no free ads. They're pretty good. They're all right.
Yeah, they're decent. I've had dinner.
So's my Red Bull.
I don't know. Getting off of sitcoms.
What was
and
your
fucking-
number one?
It's got to be Peaky fucking Blinders,
Oh,
mate.
he went for
The
a-
Peaky fucking Blinders.
That
This
Netflix
man's
original.
watched it. It actually was on the BBC.
Was it? Did it just transfer?
Yeah, well, Netflix bought the rights to it after
I thought that
2
was like
seasons
I thought BBC was like a Pornhub thing.
for your Pornhub.
Yeah, awesome. British
No,
broadcasting channel.
Yeah. And for me, there's a close second, but for me, just sitting down and watching it, because it's very like not historical accurate, but you see
To some degree.
to some degree it is, but you see, I feel like the more I watch it, the more I see like what corruption happened between World War One, World War Two, kind of what led to that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, it's because I'm a historical guy, so like watching it, it's like, oh damn, I see why that could have happened, you know, and I see why this could happen. Because
So the stuff that goes on isn't unbelievable.
No.
yeah, as far as names and identities, it's made up. But you see it because in all of Europe, right when World War II was about to start, there was a fascism movement, right?
Okay.
But in England, Tommy was tasked to take it down. So it was like historically accurate, but not down to the detail. But for me, it was like I saw what really went down. So you think, who could ever go with fascism, right? But then you see it in that timepiece, in that time period.
It just looks so different.
It looks so different. It looks.
It is a great
It
show.
changes
I'm not
you.
gonna lie.
You watch it,
I
it
need to watch
changes
it.
you.
I don't
It
know why I
changes
haven't
you.
yet.
You know what's different about like I feel like this one versus like our like restaurant shit is like every show that we've named so far, everybody's like, other than mine, the fuck you guys.
I said I enjoyed the 5
just
I watched.
Never really watched it.
I
that
didn't say a
much.
bad thing about it.
Okay, at least one of us in the group on every show has been like, honestly, it's a good movie, except for mine, or a good show.
I'm not saying it's not good. It's just I haven't took the time to watch it.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
don't know. Sitcoms are hard to watch because they're not really.
If you're not
they're
into
not
it-
usually tightly chronological. Like a lot of them are just kind of random.
See, that's what I like about How I Met Your Mother, bro. Every episode like plays. If you were to watch, okay, you might laugh. If you were to skip the episode or season 5 and just pick a random episode, like yeah, you're gonna have a laugh. It's gonna be funny. But I do believe like the storyline of it actually progresses. Like it's a legit thing. Like
Okay.
people, their whole lives change. When they start, they're all
slowly getting down to how he met their mother.
yeah, and it's literally like fresh out of college.
8
This friend
seasons.
group, and they take their course until they're in their fucking 30s. Like, you know what I mean? Like it shows. It honestly feels like a real
It's a
life
really
thing,
long
bro.
story.
I mean, obviously it skips some years, like between seasons. but-
Since it's not a spoiler because it's been out for a long time, but how did the way that I knew it went for me is at the end of it, the dude just at the very end, the dude met a completely random woman, and he's like, "That's how I met your mother." Like that.
Is that how it happens?
Okay, this is ending because, like he said, it's been out for fucking forever. If you ain't watched it now, you probably don't care to watch it. But
Yeah, after watching
so like
this.
you go through this whole thing, and then it's like, but it's funny. In one season, like couple seasons before the end, he's like hanging out with this girl. He's at this girl's apartment, and there's this yellow umbrella that he had at a club a couple seasons before that. And then he sees it there,
This is so
and
much.
he takes it back. He's like, "No, this is mine," and he leaves after the girl just broke up with him or whatever. And the girl had a roommate, and it turns out that girl, and it's like you get hints throughout the way. It's like, yeah, it's a random person, like you wouldn't expect it, like this, like people wanted, but it's kind of crazy how they play little parts into that. Like, oh, that ends up being his mom. That girl he was dating. And then this happened. He found the umbrella. Like,
I guess the
this
name of the
is-
show kind of gives it away because
But-
it's how I met.
This is the crazy shit. It skips because like the whole story is he's telling his kids. You know what I mean? Like it'll show between like the actual show.
Oh yeah.
and
I
he's
remember
telling
that.
his kids, and then at the end, his mom, the mom that he met and had his children with, and like was married to, died of like cancer. Straight up. I know that sounds stupid. And then he's telling the story, and the kids are like, "Bro, mom's." They're like, oh, "Obviously, we love mom. Like she's been dead for 6 years." Then the story wasn't. Mom was barely in it. It was
Yeah.
like Aunt Robin was in it more. And then at the very end, the girl that was in the friend group that he like had a thing with the whole time, he ends up going to her door, and they're like both in their 40s and shit. And like the same way he asked her out in like season 1 when they were just kids and shit, and then they end up
He
having
asked
like a
her out
little
that
fling
way.
but nothing more. He does that same thing, and that's how the show ends, bro. Come on now.
So it's not even about the mother.
It isn't about the mother. That's what throws people off. They're like, "Oh, I get it. That how we met the mother." The mother really does not. She's not even in it for the last season. Like,
Yeah, that
bro.
sounds great. No reason for me to watch it now.
Yeah, you
I mean, I just don't know. No, but Barney, bro, I don't give a fuck. I know
Neil
I'm
Patrick
ranting on this
Harris?
show, dude. That guy,
Isn't he gay in real life?
He's gay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in How I Met Your Mother, he plays like a playboy. You know what I mean? He's got a different girl in every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly picking up girls. He plays it so well. Like it really makes you think like that's a good actor. Like that dude is gay, and he's out here picking up
He
girls.
is gay,
bro.
I mean, he's-
Like every episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched it that much.
I don't know.
What's his name in there?
After-
Barney, right? Yeah.
After watching it, after hearing it, actually, I feel like I know it all now.
After my story,
Yeah. Okay.
You see the mom for 5 seconds in his backstory.
she's in a couple episodes, but nothing serious.
if
at
you
all.
want, I think,
It's more about how I met your stepmom.
you know,
that was a good
Don't
one.
block your
Okay,
phone.
I like that one. Bro.
that was nice. But if we're talking about sitcoms, Friends is, I mean,
Friends.
I'm surprised nobody said The Office. I'm
I
glad.
hate the fucking office.
Okay, don't. The Office is nice, but it's not on
It
Friends
is nice.
level.
It is nice.
Friends is a different.
If I'm watching The Office, I would just say skip season 1. I don't know. Season 1 was a little bit too.
Maybe that's
weird
why I
for
hate
me.
it.
I
I
don't
tried
know.
to watch it because like there's a lot of hype.
No, it's just all awkward shit.
Skip to season 3 or 4, and you'll probably like it.
Because it was just. I like stupid stuff.
Skip
I like
half the
stupid.
series.
Stupid comedy is my thing.
It's got a lot of seasons. I don't know how many, but it's not.
But Steve
like
Carell is
7 or 8.
hilarious.
10. No.
don't know.
He's all right.
No, I wouldn't say bash it. I'm not a huge fan
good.
of it, but
It's good. I'm more of a Friends person, but I was never really that big on into sitcoms. Like
You like a
watch
story.
this- I like. I was more like sitcom is when I want to be comfortable and I want to sit there and just and I can fall asleep watching it. Just pick up and be like, oh, I didn't miss a fucking thing. For me, the close second to Peaky Blinders, and I mean close, is Vikings. That show really, just like Peaky, I feel like it changes you. You watch it, and it changes you.
Our grandpa likes that TV show.
Dawson
Really?
watched a little bit of it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, dude, you just said that. It honestly just reminded me because I had been so deep into the Vikings, I forgot. My grandpa was literally taking me to work one day. Long story why I wasn't driving, guys. We'll get to that another day. Anyways, my grandpa was taking me to work one day, and he tells me, "Watch the show Vikings." And at first, I literally said, "Okay."
Just went right over.
Me,
it.
I love my pop to death. Our styles and entertainment, I guarantee you, are completely different.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, you know what? And then I started seeing it, like, I hate to be like a bandwagon. I started seeing it trending a little bit. But he had told me this months in advance. Like, watching it episode by episode on TV.
You really?
Really, bro.
That's how I
You
saw
would
the
DVR.
first one.
like, we
We'd
could sit here and
record
talk
the
to my
episodes.
grandpa about Vikings, and he will know every single thing about
They
it.
tell.
I started watching it.
Smart
Next thing I
guy.
know, me and this man are talking about Vikings on the way to work. Like, I couldn't believe this. Man, yeah, it was... Dude, I swear that was crazy to me.
All right. Who's your favorite son? Out of,
I haven't seen this show, so
all
I
the Ragnar.
Dude, this...
I don't watch a lot
We
of
need
TV
to
shows.
one day set aside our schedules, get the best TV shows in line, and let this man watch them.
Well, he's got to
Sorry.
watch Peaky first. There's a lot of you gotta start writing down
There's
a
a lot of
fucking
great ones you
list.
missed.
Who's the best son out of Ragnar? I know what you're about to say.
I'm not gonna go too in depth, but I want to go a little in depth. Just the fact of in shows like this, it's hard to judge who your favorite is because based on seasons. If you want to go to the end game or throughout the show,
Overall.
Overall?
Not Ragnar. His
Ivar.
my guy.
I gotta go
my
Ivar,
guy.
bro.
That's
I
the
don't know
guy.
Ivar the boneless.
Ivar.
Is he the main character with the blonde hair?
No, that's Bjorn.
No.
Bjorn?
Okay, so if you look at it in even in, like I said, a historical perspective, one of the other, like Ragnar Lothbrok was one of the greatest Vikings, right?
He was real.
But
Okay,
the one
so-
that's even greater than him that people talk about is Ivar. And
Ivar.
Ivar the Boneless, he was
Why
left.
is it boneless?
I'm about to say.
Oh, this is
I
about to
want
get
my pizza
crazy.
boneless,
You gonna
bro.
want to watch it after you hear this shit.
Because when he was born, he had no feeling in his legs. And so Ragnar left him out to the wolves. Right?
As a test.
So he,
As a
so,
test.
well, not a
He did
test.
love his son. I feel
So
like.
he has a son that can't walk, and he's like, "All right, I'm leaving you."
But
in the
he had
woods."
like senses.
You gotta think of the time period though too. It was like he's gonna suffer, and he did suffer
wheelchairs
throughout all of
had
his
him.
life. But he didn't die from wolves. He came back.
It was
right?
love. It was love,
Yeah.
bro. It really was. You could tell
And-
the way he was like looking at him.
Yeah,
Like it was
and-
love, bro. I
and
know it's your son, but
You know what Ivar did? He couldn't walk because his bones would break. You know what he did? He strapped metal fucking rods down his legs and started to walk.
like
right.
just like
And then he
dragging
started.
straight legs.
Then he grew to be able to walk
Where'd he
by
get the
himself.
metal out in the middle of the woods?
no,
It's
later
Viking.
on in life, bro.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you know the
He
Vikings.
survived, though. That's
you know
the thing.
How'd he survive in the woods with wolves?
It was the God in
The
Ragnar, his
gods.
dad's eyes. It was the gods.
The
fate.
gods.
Like he left him out there to say, "Gods, you tell me."
The Nords.
Oh, okay. Did the
We-
wolves just never show up?
I mean, he would have froze to death in reality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a show.
Has to.
Yeah. But they survived. Somebody saw him out there, brought him back. Oh, he's alive. You know.
Yeah.
Then he's back, so they raised him. He comes up to be this guy. Like, he takes over all of the biggest Scandinavian town, Kattegat. He fucking expels all the other older brothers who have use of the limbs.
Yeah. He kills one. He kills one of his brothers,
well,
bro.
Bjorn, who's
Oh,
one of the...
spoiler.
No,
Lots of spoilers
it's been
coming.
out for like fucking 5 years
So I'm hitting
now.
all the spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. That's going to be our fucking title on this one.
Yeah.
But Bjorn, who's a lot of people's close second favorite.
Is he the main character?
No.
Who's the main
I
character?
feel like for a time.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was.
I'm not gonna try to interrupt. The original main character is Ragnar Lothbrok.
The father?
He's the father, and for
That guy.
the first three or so seasons, that's the guy. The kids are kids. You know what I mean?
Ah,
like,
okay.
and then it kind of progresses. He's been leader. He's been running this shit, like revolutionized their whole thing, basically.
Yeah. They were just pillaging to the east. And then Ragnar said, let's go to the west.
Yeah.
And guess what's in the west?
He had to fight the
England.
leader at the time to be able to make that call, and he did. He was a farmer,
It sounds
So
like
fuck it,
Oh,
let's
he
go.
was just a farmer.
Yeah, just a
Oh,
farmer.
at
bro.
the
that's
time.
cool. That's cool.
at the
Then
time.
he goes and has like 7 sons, and they're all
With two
Well,
different
lethal.
women.
He becomes king.
King of
Yeah.
what?
Kattegat, Scandinavia,
Like all
Norway.
that.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah, king of the Vikings.
Pretty much at the time, the North, how they referred to it in that continent.
Nordic.
King of the
Yeah.
Vikings. Yeah,
But they
keep
were,
it
they
like
were
that.
selling, bro. They were selling to England, all that shit.
Do you think that that's close to Game of Thrones? You like that more or better?
Like hearing the vibes. Okay, me personally, I'm gonna wait on my answer, but I want to hear Logan's. Hearing the vibes.
I
of
haven't
both.
seen either of them.
Just hearing the vibes though. Which one would you
Just
prefer?
hearing the vibes, I would say Vikings, just because that Nordic like history is really really cool to me, and
It is
also
very cool.
It's not even.
I
close
like
to
the
Game
Lord of the
Thrones.
Rings a lot. I like the Lord of the Rings a lot, so I just kind of it overshadows Game of Thrones.
But see, this is a series, not a movie.
If you,
I
This
know,
is a-
but it's the same genre and same.
Yeah, it
Style.
won't-
I'm
yeah.
telling you right now though, if you committed, okay, this, every night I'm gonna watch so many episodes or whatever, as much as you can fit in, like kind of just went through Game of Thrones. I'm telling you right now, you would be texting us.
But it's so long, isn't it?
It's not that long.
It's really
The,
not.
the episode's just an hour long, which makes it long.
How many seasons are there?
6?
I thought it was like 9 or 12.
No, it's not that much.
It's in the middle. I think it's 7 or 8. I really don't remember.
But it's
But
like, it's
I
like 12
remember-
episodes per season.
I might.
Every
I might.
episode.
I've
Hour
got
an
the
episode.
biggest sense of all the Game of Thrones theme is just betrayal.
It's not at all. When you
Nah.
said that, I wanted to say something, but I was like, we're gonna save this for the cast, bro, because I heard you
Okay,
say that
yeah.
earlier.
It's the Game of Thrones, though.
It literally is the
But
game.
even the
of
first
Thrones.
episode of the new prequel they're doing, it's like the brothers betraying the king. The king betrays the queen.
Did he really
by-
betray his brother?
Yeah, did he?
Did he?
Or was he
He
second
was
in
talking
line?
about his son that died, which is kind of betraying.
Well, his son was a pussy.
He was alive for like 4 hours.
No, I'm not gonna
Then
say.
he
Okay,
died. So
that
he
I
only
get.
survived for 4 hours.
But that's the one thing we have to think about the time period
Spoiler
of this
alert.
show. They literally said this like year 200. In this show, like it's.
Yeah.
All right, but then the king betrays the queen too by doing that.
But
No,
that's
he
how
didn't. He
Stage
didn't betray the
C-section.
king. That's the
'cause
time.
if they didn't do that C-section,
Both would have died
They
regardless.
both would have died.
He could have told her.
Both would've
Instead,
died,
he was
both.
just going, "It's all right. You're
But
all right.
if she would have
you're all
freaked
right."
out, she
I don't know,
wouldn't have
man.
been able to.
That makes me think. Honestly, that makes
She's
me
dead
think.
anyway.
Being in love,
But then the baby
you love
would have
the
been
woman.
born.
You love that woman laying there.
I
Do you
just
have
feel
the
a lot of
heart to
betrayal.
tell her, or are you gonna sit there and say, because in your deep mind, because you love this person, you really deeply think, even though you know there is no way in hell, you deeply
Yeah.
think she's gonna pull it through. I love you, and I got you, and we got this. That's love right there, bro. That's fucking love.
Yeah,
But it's
and
not
then
a we
they-
got
and
this.
then they
It's-
stick
he
her-
knows.
I mean,
it's just that I got
he
this.
Stick
can't
a
take
knife.
that. He can't take that pain, and and this is like off topic a little bit. This is too much thought, though. That's what we do.
Yeah, we got a daddy here.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, when it comes to a woman giving birth, being there in a room, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy for guys to say, "Oh, that's easy." I'm not gonna sit here and ever say that's fucking easy because
It's painful.
that is a major surgery that you're awake for, my brother.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and the fact of it is, and if something goes wrong, the doctors are on standby to
Yeah.
do this cut, do that. Like, bro, you're there.
But back in Game of Thrones, they didn't have.
They didn't have
all
that.
A House of Targaryens.
Information.
And yeah,
or
he,
House of
he
Dragons.
probably
Yeah.
knew, and like his like logical, like we talked about brains before on our other episode. His logical is probably telling him, "Brother, your wife is dead." You know what I mean? But his physical and emotional side of his brain is telling him, "No." You know what I
She's
mean?
still here
She's got
right
a
now.
chance. I'm gonna have my son in my arms. She's gonna be okay.
There was no chance in it though. Back in the old days, okay, if there was that's what happened in Game of Thrones. They asked him. They said, "This was going to happen. The child's not in the right spot. We'll have to do a C-section in today's terms." But in layman's terms, back then, it
Just
was like
cutting into the
cut her
womb.
stomach open.
We're gonna do an
Yeah.
insertion.
And he was like, "This is a son. I know it, because it goes back to Game of Thrones and how people thought back then. We're gonna do it." And there was no way in hell he thought his wife was gonna survive. The reason why he did that is for his son to be born.
And when they both died, though, imagine
It's
that.
kind of selfish.
Imagine that. Okay.
It's not
If you had
selfish.
a wife,
He wanted a son.
If
Yeah,
you,
that's
if
what
you
it was.
okay.
okay, so you think if it was a daughter, he wouldn't have done it?
Probably not.
But
Then they both would have died.
yeah, they both would have died.
That's my standpoint.
Well, then he
There'd
would have
been
been
no
innocent
chance.
though in the outcome because he didn't make a
I
decision.
think he was innocent regardless.
He was in it. I mean, what could he do? It's either you pick because that's how childbirth was back in the day. It was you pick the child or you pick your wife, or if you don't pick, guess what?
They're both dead.
They're both dead.
And to me, it was the
But your
emotion.
conscience is going to be a little bit more clear.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Oh,
know we're
it's
talking
gonna
about
be
a show,
fucked.
but his consciousness afterwards, like they're sitting at the round table or whatever, their little table. Says like, "Oh, I just lost a wife and a son,"
Because
and just leaves. When he was hurt,
Yeah.
bro. He was hurt.
When it started, he was kind of like a bitch, right?
He was. He
and
was.
He would just be like, hear everything, and then after that, he was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, straight
fuck
told him, I don't
this."
give a fuck
Well,
what
it's
you think.
because they
Get the
showed
fuck
up
out.
and they were saying, "Okay, well, who's the new heir?" Like the day this happened,
Well,
they gave
because-
no waiting
You
time.
don't think about emotion.
But
They didn't.
They're the
then.
king's hand.
That's gonna get anybody mad.
They gotta,
though.
but I mean, in a king's position, you have a kingdom to run.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. If you're a businessman, like you could think about it, like these multi-billionaire people, right? If their wife died, right, they obviously need a grieving point. They need a grieving time, right?
Back then, it wasn't
but-
established.
Well, no, I'm not that. I'm talking about they might need a grieving time, but guess what? We had a multi-billion-dollar business to run. You know,
Yeah.
like just tell us something that you want us to do. You know, I understand you need grieving, but we got to do this, we got to do that to keep it running, to keep it fluctuating, make this happen, make this happen.
Well, it could have
They-
waited a day or two because
It
what were the
was it-
chances of him dying that night?
Next day,
And I do think in the next 5 episodes he's dead. 100%.
Oh yeah, they showed
100%.
that little wound on his back.
Oh,
That's gonna kill him.
that was like some foreshadowing.
That's gonna kill him
That's
for
what I
sure.
think. They're not gonna do too much foreshadowing in a show. That's why. Okay, he's gonna die. The uncle is gonna end up like being gone for a little bit, doing his own thing, and then like time of need, you're gonna see him again.
He's
Pull up.
He's gonna be
I'm
that
king.
guy, bro.
he's gonna come back like Daenerys did.
Daenerys is a bad bitch, man. I'm sorry, don't even get me started on that. But yeah,
Was that from Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones?
The dragon lady.
Dragon Queen, brother?
Yeah, don't
refer to her
disrespect
as
her.
lady.
I'm sorry.
That's
the
queen.
I didn't know.
That's the queen. I would have never
Daenerys.
pulled. I would have never
Noted.
pulled a Jon Snow on her ass. I'd have just been like,
No,
what you
don't
need?"
don't ruin that.
All right,
part.
we gotta get back into the TV
Don't
shows
ruin that
because y'all
part.
are talking about stuff I don't know. So, Hunter, you named both. Or, I'm sorry, all three of yours, right? You said
No, he named
Friends,
two. He named two.
Game of Thrones, and Vikings, right? You
Yeah.
said Friends.
Well, I said
Oh,
friends.
so he has hit 3.
He has it.
He's done.
Oh, okay.
All right, where's his mic?
He's out. He's he's out.
I feel like that's what y'all want to do anyways.
So I said that 70s show. I'm gonna have to go for.
a piss.
You guys were all talking about comedies there for a second, so
Big mouth.
no, I actually don't like that show.
I hate it. It's so
It's so
So-
weird.
It gets me too in the mood.
All right, hold on. We're shifting. I'm gonna go with Malcolm in the Middle. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I love that show.
I've watched a couple episodes. I think the only reason why I decently enjoyed it is because I know that guy.
Walter White.
Yeah, it's a Breaking Bad guy.
Oh, he's in that?
Yeah.
Hal.
Is
That's
that the
husband.
dad?
That's
Yeah, the dad.
Heisenberg.
He just has hair.
Well, in Malcolm in the Middle, he's Hal.
Yeah. That's Heisenberg.
Yeah, he's younger.
That's crazy to me. Holy.
Yeah.
He's a pushover in
That makes
show.
me feel, honestly, that makes me feel old.
You are old.
You knew him before he was Walter White.
I knew him before he was on white.
That's
oh
crazy,
my God.
Wow. You are old. All right.
Guys, I
Come
gotta
on,
do something
Agent
with my
Cody
life.
Banks just having some normal life crisis
Honestly,
stuff.
I never watched Agent Cody Banks.
It was a movie, so
I've seen it. It's
you're
a good
missing out a
movie.
lot, dude. I remember the end of it. There was some snowboarding action going on.
Oh, that's
They
why
think
you like it so
snowboarding.
much. Yeah. You're like, oh, he's shredding.
He's like, oh, I relate.
It's actually Agent.
Look at
I
That's,
relate to that.
Yeah. I respect it.
but okay, you guys.
It's a good show. I really did
I mean,
enjoy
you-
it. It's a good show.
Okay,
man.
what you said? How I Met Your
Mother.
Stepmother.
Yeah, that one. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I misspoke.
what was your other one?
Oh, you put me on the spot, man. You
should be
put
ready.
me on the spot.
You should be
You know what, man? Number 2, I gotta go. All time.
Clifford.
We talking goats here, bro. All time. I gotta go.
we talked about our favorite to sit down and actually what we enjoyed watching the most.
I gotta go. Criminal Minds.
Ooh.
Honestly,
Okay.
I don't care if y'all like true crime or not, bro. Criminal.
Everybody likes
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Crimes is really great.
Criminal Crimes is a great show.
Yeah.
It's TRI.
That show has been on air forever.
No, it has. Dude,
Yeah.
I
Was it
just
got
recently,
like 15,
dude.
I don't even
20
know.
seasons?
I hadn't even
A lot.
I hadn't even watched it until I moved in here. You know, we honestly I don't know what it was. Went through a little stage where I was just
You were hanging out with me too much?
I was hanging out with him too much. I was depressed, and I was sad a lot.
So you just watch true crime TV?
No, honestly, it was just like, you know, you're in a new place. You just want to find something to watch. And I seen Criminal Minds. I was like, you know what? I've heard a lot about this. I started watching it. I was obsessed, bro.
Really?
That was such a great, like a crime show. That was the best of all time.
What
no
I
question.
think is really cool about it is there were a couple times where like it would end on a cliffhanger, but you knew every single episode it was kind of going to end. Like it was kind of like Scooby-Doo for adults.
It was.
So you'd always find the
Dude,
guy at the
Scooby-Doo
end.
is such a good show.
And that's what
yeah.
makes it so
New
good.
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo
Hold on,
was
I'm
a
getting
good
off
show.
track right here. That
no.
intro?
No, you're not. That's fucking gas.
Scooby-Doo.
We're coming after you.
We're gonna
solve this
mystery.
That show went way harder than it needed to.
It did.
Scoop? We gotta get out of
Who? I don't even want to know who
That
sang
wasn't
that.
Well,
bad.
thank you. I've been practicing it. I've been high as shit, so I don't understand. I practice. When you watch it back as an
What you do
adult,
to be
you
Shaggy?
see
High,
the
start singing
you see
Scooby-Doo.
Shaggy and all them just kids in the 70s,
Yep.
high as fuck.
Well, and in the movie
There was no
too,
monsters.
the live
They
action.
were in the backyard.
They were tripping acid.
Go watch the live action movie that they had, and it'll show up.
Spooky Island.
I think that's the one, but it shows
That's
up
the start of it.
Scooby and Shaggy are in their
Yeah.
band, and there's a lot of smoke coming at it.
And
Yeah,
they start eating a shit ton.
Yeah,
When
they were
when
just grilling a
faces,
burger.
like,
yeah.
They were just
Dude,
grilling their
High
burgers.
as shit.
dude, they knew what was going on that show.
Yeah.
That's a dope kid show, bro.
They knew what was going on.
Man.
Like you said, I have a daughter. I will watch Scooby. I ain't gonna watch no Coco Melon, but I'll watch Scooby Doo, my boy.
I'll sit down and watch that with you.
Coco Melon's pretty interesting.
It does have a good. It does have a good storyline.
Great soundtrack.
Shout
Okay,
out.
but you said Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Yes,
I can agree with that. My grandma
What was
watches
it?
that a lot. No shade at all.
well,
No shade
okay.
at all.
Oh, Friends wasn't my three. It was we were talking about the Game of Thrones, but we already talked about it too much. I can't put Friends in the top fucking three.
Okay.
Well, you already
The
did,
Game of
so
Thrones.
it's set in stone.
Well, we talked about Game of Thrones before that.
No, I think that was yours.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna watch Friends when I can fucking get off here. I'm gonna see how
Me too,
clips.
I'm not
And
gonna
be
lie.
like, oh my god. You be like, I wish I had friends like this.
Logan?
And I'm
I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
me too. Me fucking too.
I've never watched a full episode of Friends. So, I don't know.
Excuse me.
It looks pretty cool.
Because
but
your
it's not
attention
that
span
appealing.
is the same as a fucking goldfish.
Probably lower, but
8
I'll take
seconds.
that. I'll take the even with
We
the
looked it
goldfish.
up.
Yeah.
I might be at 6 seconds, but
Yeah. I feel you.
my third one to round it out, we're leaving out a huge TV show we haven't thought of yet.
Hold on, let me guess.
The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
It kind of dies off towards the end, but
Yeah.
that first latter half, or I'm sorry, the first half of it,
Mhm.
Oh, latter half, like you know.
latter half would be the end of it. So
Oh, latter half.
I meant
In my
the
head, I
first
was thinking
half.
latter
I
half
meant
was
the
like
first half.
climbing up,
Hey, we're all firemen
misspoke.
here.
not
misspoke.
climbing down.
The first half of that TV show is some of the best television there is. It's so good.
It is. I remember when I was like in middle school to high school range. I mean, every time like we go to school and be like, "Oh, we watched the next
That's what I remember too.
Walking Dead," and I'd be like, "I haven't seen a fucking episode of
No,
it."
you got to keep up. I was
But-
one of those guys.
no,
Like, you guys see the last episode?
No, but I did. I went back and rewatched it when I was older. I was like, "Man, it's just great." But back then, I was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing with y'all's time?"
Did you not like zombies when you were growing up?
Honestly, if I could pick any apocalypse to happen, I'd pick zombies.
Oh yeah.
Because you're gonna have fun while you're in the apocalypse.
I could build a whole civilization, a whole fucking
Are you
country.
gonna tame zombies? What are you talking about?
Just kill them and start over again. Every infrastructure's been overthrown, so you
You're
can
gonna
start
kill
your.
7 billion zombies?
If I need be. If,
Okay.
Like,
All right.
if you look at say,
We're gonna stick with this guy when this happens. All right?
like
We're gonna get as far
you can
away as
start
possible.
Like it's like back in the olden times. You can start a civilization. If you look at all these people that started out like, oh, we got a band of mercenaries. Guess what? we just took over this town. Then we took over a kingdom. Now we're the fucking kings.
It is crazy.
That's
We're
how.
running a
That's
nation.
how a fucking zombie apocalypse would be. Just kill the fucking walking zombies.
All right, but the bad guys in The Walking Dead were always the ones that called themselves like governor. and
Yeah, that's
stuff
why
like
you.
that. The ones
that's,
trying to get power.
that's why you execute them.
Hey, that's anybody in power.
There's no.
But that's who you're saying you're gonna try to be.
No, I'm gonna be Jesus.
So I want to be God.
Well, there's that guy too in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, but he was too. Namaste.
He had a fucking lion, bro.
That's not who you're thinking about.
Is that the wrong guy?
That was King Ezekiel.
Oh my god.
And that was a tiger.
That was a
You got
tiger.
all
That
that
was a tiger. I completely messed that up. Oh,
He's like, man, my anatomy on fucking animals is awful.
No, Jesus was the parkour guy. He just jumping buildings, throwing dives at people.
I thought that was Jesus.
Is that what they called him? I'm trying to remember now. No, he was white. They didn't call him Jesus.
Hey, I get called Jesus at my work all the time, and I'm like, what's wrong with that?
Gotta shave your upper lip, maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay.
The ladies love it.
Okay, that was my third. Hunter said his 3,
Yeah, I said my 3 before y'all even said
oh,
y'all's
stop
fucking
it.
second one.
but you got
Oh,
eager.
shit.
You got eager.
I was excited, man.
Fuck,
I've
y'all
been
had
thinking
some
about
good
this
ones,
for long.
man.
What are you about to say?
got one more.
That's how I love Raymond.
Everybody loves her.
Yeah, you
Don't
don't know the name of the
disrespect
show.
Not me.
Don't disrespect that show.
What? How? That's how I love him.
That's Manny the Mammoth right
bro.
there you're talking about.
I'll break the connotation. Not everybody fucking loves Raymond.
You know, bro, I'm gonna switch it up on y'all's ass.
I'll switch it.
If I had to go, like, TV shows I spend the most time on. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, my boy. Let's be real. Let's be real right now.
I can't hate it, but
I don't
Zach and Cody
know.
are on deck. Which one?
No,
the original.
OG, the original.
Yeah, I liked it better when they were
I don't
in a
know.
hotel.
I felt like I've gained consciousness halfway through that show. Like I watched it, I was like, okay.
Because it taught you so much.
Nah, it was kind of like I went over 5 years fucking old, and I was like, oh, I'm a person.
Yeah,
You're
am
pushing
I
it,
sitting
man.
here watching Zack and Cody now? No. Back in the day,
It's that nostalgia
yeah, bro.
feel. I like
I was
Zach
binging
Cody.
that shit,
I
bro.
like Zach Cody. It's cool. Is that why you like Riverdale?
Yeah, buddy. Riverdale was cool. Riverdale was cool until they started talking
Like
about all that.
Waka Flocka.
I saw part of season 1.
All that BS.
I don't know anything that happens after like half of season 1.
Bro, they started coming out with some crazy stuff.
Really?
I just got lost.
Of Zach and Cody.
Riverdale.
Yeah.
Oh, I never even
There's
watched.
Zach and Cody was great all the way through.
It was crazy. I went to
was
H&M, bought a one of them serpent hoodies. Right. It was one of those snakes on it.
Yay.
Yeah, it was cool. It was crazy. Is dudes at my work, they were like, "Oh, are you in a biker gang?" I was like,
Yeah.
I said, "Nah." And then girls would be like, "Oh, that's on Riverdale. You watched that show?" I was like, "Nah."
Wait, did H&M partner with Riverdale or something?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
okay.
seen a lot of Riverdale shit, and it was time I was like, "Bro, I gotta stop wearing this. I'm attracting the wrong crowd around
Do you still
me."
have it?
I do.
Oh, that's
It's in
cool.
the back of my car.
No lie, dude. He wears that shit every night. Every Friday night, he's putting on that Riverdale.
Hey, every Tinder match I got.
Hey, baby.
She's got
It's
that
like
S.
Big
on her
Riverdale.
chest. What's the S stand for? Do you know?
Uh,
The what?
The S.
that no, it's a snake.
Serpent.
It's
It's
a
a serpent.
snake.
Oh,
Stands for my dick.
next topic.
Anyway.
That might get
Way to go, Hunter.
that might get cut out.
And we're back.
No, we're not cutting that out.
We're
Hunter's a pervert.
we're 5 minutes in. We're 5 minutes in. You know, that means that
Yeah,
monetization
an
kicks
hour
in.
and 5 minutes in.
Oh, wow.
An hour?
No.
I can't believe
it.
it.
Hit 50.
I can't believe y'all
We're
can
50
talk for a
minutes.
fucking hour without losing y'all's train of
I'm
fucking
getting a little
thought.
lightheaded, I'll be honest.
Well, breathe.
It's that
That's
Red Bull.
multitasking.
That
talking,
Red Bull, I'll tell you what.
Easy going.
It'll get you lightheaded
Okay.
and
It gives you
heart
wings.
racing.
What do you mean?
I'm a big guy. We talked about these TV shows, but it is what it is. We're anime guys. That's
At
what
the
we
end of
grew
the
up
day.
in.
At the end
We,
of the day.
we all do Enjoy a
I'm
little
gonna
anime.
start with Logan because I wanna go this way and work this way.
Okay. Ask away. What you got? What you got?
Top anime.
Number one?
Number uno.
Number one anime.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got the correct answer. It is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
All right, Dawson.
Whoa!
What's yours?
You can't jump straight over
I'm
that.
just playing. I've never watched it. Dawson
That-
told me it's kind of dark. And I'm,
No, I love it.
It's
You really?
I love
That
it.
might be my top two.
really?
Brother-
I ain't gonna lie, that might be my top
Dang.
two.
Make sure you watch Brotherhood, not
Hear
the
them
original.
say it.
Not Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
No, okay, so there's Full Metal Alchemist, and then there's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
It's like a remake,
Okay.
kind of.
When the first one came out, they hadn't finished the comic book part of it or the manga, so it's the end is kind of weird. But
Okay.
when they went back and visited it after they finished the manga, it's so good. It's the best anime.
So fucking good.
Damn,
So,
I had
so
to
good.
watch it. What was it about? Like just spells and I saw
Not no
what was
spells.
it like
It's-
clicking?
It's alchemy.
Yeah,
they, don't
call
use
it alchemy.
spells.
So they
it's
go
natural shit.
they
everything.
just be
is-
like putting it in a bowl and just grind it
you're
up.
thinking of
and-
the wrong alchemist. You're thinking of the wrong.
I'm thinking
alchemy.
of the Skyrim alchemy.
Their basis of everything is equivalent exchange. So
Yeah.
you give this for that. You get that for giving this.
So did anybody give their soul for it?
Well, you're just hitting the head.
Oh
You're just
my!
hitting the head.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
The
watch
main
that.
plot is trying to bring life back from the dead.
That's how it starts. Two
Ooh.
brothers lost their mother.
And what can you equivalently exchange for that?
A soul for a soul. That's that vigilante system we was talking about earlier.
But
No
it's
spoilers,
some
you better
dark
go watch it
shit,
yourself.
bro.
But that is
Okay.
my favorite anime.
Okay.
Let's go. Are we
I
going
gotta go.
chronological?
Let's go.
This
Yeah.
is gonna be a little fucking cliche.
It. Say it.
Naruto.
Sasuke.
No, dude.
I mean, that
you
is-
gotta be real. That's the OG.
I mean, if it the plot on that, not
The storyline.
Yeah,
I don't even-
that's-
it.
that's-
It gets to the point where you don't even care what you're watching.
yeah.
You know the storyline of the show, and you're just like, I love this.
It
I love
is.
every
It
second
is.
of this.
Well, it's nostalgia too, because I remember just staying up until
Yeah, and I
10
was young.
o'clock
See,
on a
I was
Saturday
young when I
night.
started.
When I was old,
Toonami.
I was old, probably a year and a half ago. It's my first episode of Naruto.
That was the
And-
first time you watched it?
Yes,
I told him about this.
Did you
Yes.
not watch Toonami when you were a kid?
I watched other animes I'm about to talk about, but
Okay.
I never watched Naruto. I just seen the Nine Tails and the frog. I thought it was stupid.
Really? You didn't like
Yeah,
that stuff?
no, I thought it was stupid.
You heard the word like ninja and you didn't think this was for you?
Not for me. But then I watched it, and the storyline is so in depth, so there.
So
It's kind of like
insane.
the sins of our fathers is the storyline on
Mhm.
that. So what happened to your father
It's
is
like
gonna happen to
each
you.
generation had to
Yeah, it's
deal
like
with
it
the
gets
other
passed
generation.
down.
Yeah.
Very
except
much.
Sasuke.
Oh, that's the
Whoa.
that's the quintessence of my sins of my predecessors.
Yeah.
That's the whole quintessence of that. Is like his whole prerogative when it started was like, I am a Uchiha, and I will kill everybody that stands against us.
There has been so many other people before him and in his ancestry that did that. So
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that.
It's like the
I-
sins of our
I
fathers.
get that, but what broke it was his son saying, I'm basically gonna slaughter all of y'all with my
Itachi?
buddies I just made.
Itachi?
Yeah,
His
Itachi.
brother?
Itachi, his brother Itachi, Sasuke's brother. They go do this thing or whatever, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not saying the Uchiha are right. They were probably about to try to throw over the Leaf Village. Who knows what could happen?
They
Speaking
should
anime
have.
terms, but like you said, he was doing what he had been bred to do. Itachi, right, wrong, whatever. I mean, it's what he did right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm on his side.
I'm on his side on that.
For sure.
It
Are
wa-
you not?
I'm on it. I love Itachi. I'm on Itachi's side. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but on a psychological standpoint,
He stopped the war from happening.
Okay, so who did y'all like better?
he
This
stopped the
is-
war by creating a demon child that
No,
will
he didn't know that
basically fucking wreak havoc.
So
on
Minato
everybody.
is actually a psychopath if you think about it.
No, Minato's that
okay,
guy.
yeah,
agree with it. I
put
wanna hear it.
put a demon inside of his child.
He had
to-
faith in his son.
He had. I hope my son's
His
not
wife
an
already
idiot.
had it, and he saw that she could contain it. Why can't my son?
He knew what a pimp
This
he was.
infant, and we're all gonna die, and I'm gonna tell the what they call it, Hokage.
He
to
sealed
put him
himself to it.
as an outlier. That's not what. I think Minato's
He
a
put that
psychopath.
poor boy in an apartment by himself. Didn't teach him how to grocery shop.
Minato's a psychopath, but the way that I look at it is, we talk about like the sins of our fathers, whatever. They're not their fathers, but Kakashi is Sasuke that didn't lose hope.
That is it. I
And
agree.
Obito is Naruto who did lose hope. Because they grew up, if you look at them, they were so similar in ideals, except one had hope and one didn't have hope. I see them as kind of, connected.
That's why Naruto is
Each
on-
generation is passing down
Yeah.
the same trauma. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call it.
I do have to disagree on you, the fact you say Minato is a fucking psychopath. Just because, like, okay, it kind of comes on another one of those birthing situations, almost like everyone that I'm leading is gonna die, or my son, who I'm giving a chance. I'm giving him a chance.
Why couldn't Minato beat the Nine Tails?
And the fact of it is, he's
supposed to be so strong.
He had more faith, and one, the Uzumakis were natural. This is within their bloodline, bro. Some deep shit. But
They were Jinchurikis.
they were Jinchurikis for the Nine Tails, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he had more faith in the people around Naruto. You know how they treated him like shit. I think he honestly, even though he said it's gonna be hard, he had more faith. I think he, in his eyes, I'm doing this. My son's gonna be taken care of. This. It's gonna be hard at times, but we got people.
Okay.
It came down to the lead
died in
village.
I don't want to play it too much because I want to say mine, but
Yeah, you go.
after this, Minato sent these guineas on a fucking S-rated mission, and what did Kakashi at the time? That's why everybody fucking died. And was it Team 7 at the time? Was that what it called? Team 7, because Kashi's the only one that's a Chunin, and he sends them. He's like, "Oh, you remember? Oh, just go do it. Y'all figure it out."
He was with them. He had to leave, bro. He literally had to dip out
He
to save
left
them. He didn't plan on
children.
that. He didn't plan on that.
Minato wasn't like power hungry. He wasn't.
He literally was with
Watching
them the
people
whole
over.
time.
Like, he just had faith that they would do
he's
the
not
right
a
thing.
power hungry psychopath doesn't mean he's not a fucking idiot psychopath. I mean,
What did he do?
He
with
just
it?
trusted
What did he do
the
that you
people
wouldn't have
around
done?
him.
for one, I would have killed Obito and then killed the fucking fox.
He couldn't. He
At that
physically
age?
couldn't. He
What?
physically couldn't have killed
What? He
Obito.
fucked Obito up.
All right, we're getting too stuck in the
Okay.
Naruto. We got to keep going.
We'll make a whole episode
We
12
could.
or 11.
I honestly
We could. We'd have to
Like,
warn people all the time.
Yeah, we'll all dress up like our favorite characters.
I have to go
Okutsuki.
to hop on
Well,
Amazon.
Pain's
and buy
my
me a
favorite.
costume.
But
Good luck putting those contacts in, buddy.
Those piercings.
I got
Hunter
some
shows
girls.
up with 12 gauge.
You got loops in my ears. Be like, yeah, my work fired me, but I'm here. I'm here.
For the cast, guys.
Yep.
Okay. Your
number
number
one-
one anime. Don't.
I'm torn just because from nostalgic reasons or from like the pleasurable watch of it.
The watch, bro.
Death Note. Death Note. For me, it feels like a chess match all game. You know,
does.
it's just from start to finish. Like, as far as, it's only, two, well, if you want to put it in one season, but it's probably 2 seasons, 32 episodes, 33 episodes. It's not very long.
Yeah.
But the whole time you're like what's
That
going-
show did
There's
get
no-
suspense.
There's no fillers in it.
The essence of suspense, it got it down so perfectly.
Yeah.
And you're on the edge of your seat the whole time you're watching that. Because you
Who-
just don't know
Who
what's
were
gonna
y'all
happen.
pulling for, light or in?
Definitely light, bro.
I was too.
I was over light.
Yeah.
And then when he lied, I was like, nah.
And then when they brought in
Well,
W or whatever his fucking.
wait, no, his name wasn't N, was it? It was L.
No,
L,
it was
L.
L, but N's what
N is the.
N's the one that took him down.
the other
His adopted brother.
I kind of died off after season 1 because L was my favorite character.
Yeah, it was the guy.
Uh,
and then he
so
had to bring
cool.
in his smarter
But he
cousin
lost.
to finish the deal.
He lost.
Okay,
He lost.
he lost with grace.
Did he? Is
I
there
don't
any
know.
grace in death?
I can't say yet.
From. We can find out.
Yeah, In got beat, bro.
Yeah,
In got fucking owned.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Well,
lie to you.
Light had plot armor, okay?
That's what Hunter
But-
says. Blood over, save them.
No, I don't think Light did. The thing is you could see but if you watch it, everything's intellectually motivated. This little piece, this little piece, this little piece is there, and you can see why it saved him. It's not some stupid shit where you're like, oh, I've reached my full potential. I'm powering up to save my fucking
So
life.
that's why you like that show, because it's not just a power up.
It's not
style
some
show.
plot armor they throw in there. Light was like, all right,
Are you throwing shade at Dragon Ball right now, bro?
I would never, because
Okay.
Dragon Balls. I'm glad you started with me. We'll do like our draft.
Do our
I
rush
was the
roulette.
last one, so I'll go another one. The snake draft. Number 2 is that Dragon Ball fucking Z.
Which version of it? Are you going with Kai or are you going with original Dragon Ball Z?
Okay, Kai's for children. They brought that
I
on
just wanted to clear it out.
Nickelodeon.
They did update the animation style.
A little bit. They made it better. But Dragon Ball. I remember when I was a child, right? I just seen Gohan go Super Saiyan 2, right?
That's
against
the
Cell.
biggest thing I remember too.
That's the most emotional one for me. And I was in the shower, right?
You were watching it in the shower?
No, yeah, I had a part where I had to watch it, but I was trying to go Super Saiyan in my shower. I was like, what, 10? And I was sitting there, I was screaming, right? What I did was I turned the hot water all the way on.
So you're actually
So you're
screaming
giving
like,
yourself like
No, I didn't.
third degree burn?
I didn't scream, but I was like, and I thought I popped a fucking blood vessel because I was
So
sitting
his
there
eye bleeding.
flexing everything, thinking I'm gonna reach my final form.
I'm gonna fly out of here.
And then like it felt like
How
something
old were
like
you when you were doing this?
like 10, 11.
This
Okay,
live
that's not
stream.
bad. That's not- oh, this was this morning, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say this is
Pre-work.
pretty recently, but I was 10 or 12
Oh yeah,
in
I
the middle.
can't
And
disagree with Dragon Ball.
I did it.
Oh, you
and
went
it-
Super Saiyan 2? You did
I
it?
finally reached
You
that
achieved
level.
it?
What do you think I'm at now? Nah, but I did it. It felt like something snapped, right? Now I like stopped. And
You realized it was
I
a blood
was
vessel.
like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was nauseous. I started like stumbling around the shower and I fell down. And the water's pouring on me. I was like, all right, I'm getting up. I was like, don't ever do that again.
How hard you gotta be flexing, dude?
I was master flex. Like I told you, I went Super Saiyan 2 and it was too hard for me to handle at that young age.
You just got a brain tumor or something.
He lost a lot of brain cells that day, guys.
Yeah.
That is so funny, dude. I never heard that from you.
Really?
That's so
yeah,
funny.
that's exactly what happened too, man.
But yeah, I have.
So I remember.
I remember being like 8 years old and playing Dragon Ball Z video games. There's a lot of nostalgia there. It's a great one.
But definitely is the best.
And
I
it's-
just couldn't say.
Oh, it
Dragon
is the
Ball
best.
Z.
Well, it inspired a lot of other great ones too.
Well, it's the thing. If you watch it, it's so motivating. It's like
is.
you see all these other animes, because anime exaggerates on every aspect of human emotion, right?
Yeah.
And
I think that's the biggest thing anime does.
yeah,
It just exaggerates this.
yeah. And so with like Dragon Ball Z, you watch it, especially at a young age, you're like, oh, I can obtain everything.
It's like you see
I
Goku
could
training
be
at
this.
100 times gravity.
I was a big
Oh, I
Vegeta
could do that.
fan.
I could
Yeah.
do that.
I need to get in that, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, your liver would weigh 100 times heavier
You would
than it does now. You would die.
instantly.
Well, good thing I didn't drink back then.
Your brain would just flatten.
It depends on how strong your skull was. Your skeletal
Your
system.
cranium.
Okay.
That's why I turn the heat up in the shower.
No, but that is why anime is cool, bro. It's just like you see, you know, obviously it's cartoon, but it's somewhat in a different style, like a realistic style almost, where
like-
you're like, bro.
It's
Well,
heightened
they'll touch on a
emotions.
lot of adult themes.
Yeah, don't
maybe not realistic.
It connects to
Yeah.
you, bro. It's not just no cartoon. Like I ain't gonna lie, it pisses me off when I be at work or something. And I work with a lot of old fuckers,
Yeah.
and
They used to watch Red Snippy or some
what they
shit.
tell me? You know what they tell me? Oh, I quit watching cartoons a long time ago.
They don't separate the two.
And that's a
They
motherfucker.
stopped getting bitches a long
Yeah,
time ago.
well, I said this is a lot different than Looney Tunes, motherfucker. Like, come on now.
Hey, Roadrunner ain't on this bitch.
It's just like you said, it's more adult. Like I know it gets a bad. Honestly, it's got a lot better connotation from when like I was even like in middle school,
Man,
high
it's
school.
growing a lot. It's
has.
look at the
There's a lot of
box
weebs
office
out there.
numbers that have happened with their movies lately.
Especially the new Dragon
Popping
Ball
off,
Z.
bro.
Yeah,
Popping off.
They're doing really well. It's crazy.
it is. It is.
It's also really cool.
It's one that we have to start doing.
I think one of the next great animes. It's in the start of it. Obviously, Attack on Titan's great, but it's about to finish, and that is up there
It's
with
been
me.
season 4 for 3 years. now.
Yeah, yeah, but
Part one,
Jujutsu
two.
Kaisen. Jujutsu
Oh,
Kaisen
yeah.
will end up, I think, personally, as one of the greatest animes
I
that's
agree.
been shown.
I agree. If they can keep pumping it out,
Yeah.
I
It's
feel like
hard.
it's hard, and
keep
the
it on.
animation quality that it's at is so good.
And if you watch it, it's like in modern times too. Like
yeah, like they have their cell phones out. And
yeah, and plus when I first watched it, like the first season, they'd be out in public and there were people with masks on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, oh wow,
Well,
that's
also
during the
that
COVID
culture,
time.
that's a lot bigger of a thing in Japan. Was wearing face masks, so it's not just because of the pandemic thing.
No, so they're smarter than that.
They wore face masks way before that.
China too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Probably because they were trying to hide their fucking more than 3
but
children.
it is way more modern than say Naruto or Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
in their culture of people.
Way more.
And honestly, I think Boruto fucking. I like Boruto and the newer episodes came out,
I
but
can't watch it. I've tried.
it's rough, and I put a bad name on Naruto as like a
It has a
series.
bad
There's a
name,
couple of
man.
cool episodes, but I couldn't just sit down and watch
You just
it
gotta go to
episode
the.
for episode.
This is only some fans right here. But you gotta go to that Kawaki arc, bro. Once you get there, you're good.
Yeah,
Okay,
You're straight.
so just skip the
You're
first
sailing. Just
full half.
skip
Yeah.
that shit. You don't need to know anything
and
about
then
that.
my favorite character loses every part about him,
Every-
besides his dick.
All your old school characters lose everything.
Naruto.
Naruto and Sasuke.
Oh, Naruto lost a fucking demon inside of him. Sasuke lost his arm, his fucking eye, his dignity,
Oh,
his fucking power.
his dignity. That's the rough
guess
one.
who takes his eye? You probably know that.
It's Boruto, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Flies and he's
he's
possessed. Takes
All
his
right.
eye.
Did you name your number 2?
Yeah, I've been through 3, I think. Haven't?
Animes?
No,
he went Dragon Ball. Did you say
yeah,
anything
Snake.
after that?
I said you said Naruto. I went Death Note, Dragon Ball.
You haven't
You
hit
said
2 yet.
Naruto before it came to me. What's your other one? You want to say Dragon Ball, but we
I,
talked
mean,
about it too
I
long.
think everyone
Stole
else
it.
wants to jump up.
You can
but-
say Bleach if you want to.
I don't
man.
like Bleach, man.
Oh God, damn it.
Bleach guy. Bleach.
You never Bleach.
That's what
your
I want
asshole.
to drink after I watch that shit.
That is the coolest show.
Do you need some time? I've got a second one ready. if
Yeah,
need
you
it.
go ahead,
All
bro.
right, number 2. It's gonna be different. It's a sports anime. I don't know
Is
if
that
I'm.
volleyball shit you're
I was
talking
about to say I
about?
don't know if
Oh
I'm
my
pronouncing it
God.
right. Haikyuu. It's like Haikyuu, something like that. But it's a
Fuck you.
volleyball anime.
Yeah.
You guys need to watch this. It's so cool. It's modern, like how Jujutsu Kaisen is. So it's
Yeah.
just modern times, Japanese high school kids. What y'all doing?
He's
Yeah, man.
playing
pussies. I didn't mean to.
But
Or did I?
So how Death Note has the suspense down perfectly.
Mhm.
I would say Haikyuu has the hype. So anytime something
feel
built
like-
up happens, the hype for that show is way better than anything else.
Yeah.
Anime wise,
Mm.
I love that show.
I had to
It's really
talk.
good.
I don't know if
Watch
I
it.
get into that. I like anime because of the swords and
Oh, there's
Okay, but they
supernatural
exaggerate it
aspect.
because it'll be one volleyball match, but it'll go 6 episodes.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
all
what are they doing?
slow motion. Yeah. He's like, oh, he's just
No,
hit-
they've got to do
it's
little
like-
cut stories that build into why this character is able to do this now because of how he-
this.
He's like,
the character development is
He's like,
really good.
oh.
All right, all right, Dawson, what's your number 2?
I'll watch it.
Or this shit.
What's your number 2? No, I'm just
I've seen clips of it. And I was like, all right, I like it. And then it's like, he hits the ball. Oh, I've seen
you
this
know,
movie.
you know, rub me the wrong way. What's your number 2?
I've seen this movie before. It only happened this
Oh,
once,
man.
but the trajectory of this ball
Dude,
from
honestly-
his hand movement is telling me to go this way.
That's some anime
the line's
shit,
over
and
here.
I love it,
So I'm thinking
but-
about this, but I'm sweating.
So
my
you've seen
feet
the
are-
show.
I've seen the clips. I said I liked it. Nah, it is suspenseful. It is good. It's just
I like it a lot.
it gets repetitive for me. 'Cause
Really?
How many times can you hit a fucking ball somewhere?
Well, they grow as characters and as volleyball players too.
yeah, volleyball players.
They get better. They're going to nationals and then they're going to who knows what.
Wow.
Yeah, holy shit. I was gonna
Is
see
it,
that.
it's court volleyball, not beach volleyball, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they're not wearing.
No.
Okay. It's men, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, they do have.
Well,
women.
there's a hentai.
They do
version
have the
of it.
girl tournaments too. Well, not that show, but no, the main characters are mainly men. But then they do have some of the like.
So why couldn't they
Okay.
made it fucking basketball or something?
They have.
They
those,
have a
they're just not
basketball
as
one.
good.
Yeah.
They're just not
I've seen
as
the
good.
basketball one.
Here comes a set.
He's like, oh, I've seen this with Steve Nash and Larry Bird.
Alright,
If you guys go watch it, you'll feel silly. But I'm not gonna defend it.
We are silly.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
a
defend
silly
it.
Hey,
fucking
I'm just,
goose.
I'm just new boot goofing.
Yeah.
Really,
New boot moving.
I'm just new boot goofing. Shout out Reno 911.
Yeah, I don't want to say nothing stupid. I'm trying to think of something good here.
Well, people would expect it.
You a fake fan?
You're right. I am
Fake
I'm a
fan.
dumb piece of shit.
Dawson's seen Dragon Ball, Naruto, and
What are you about to say?
I don't. I'm
My
trying to think
Hero
of the third one.
Academia.
No, I mean I just recently watched one, but I know nobody's probably fucking heard of that shit.
Well, name it. These people might go watch a new anime.
I'm gonna go with that Sinbad anime I was talking about,
The one on Netflix.
dude, because that was honestly great, bro.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
To
It's
be a one season thing, bro, that was crazy.
It's a
man.
spin-off of another anime. But yeah, I love how it's kind of world building. So it
It
just
is.
follows this one guy that learns how to do trading and marketing really well, and then he gets a lot of finances, and then he buys some land. And
I
at the end of it,
heard
he has
y'all
his own
talking
nation.
about it, and it sounds so fucking dope.
He's got his own
I remember the Sinbad. I think about it as like that Pixar Disney animated
the
one.
pirate.
I remember that
Yeah.
one too. Yeah.
And then y'all told me about this Sinbad. I was like, whoa, this sounds so much better.
It is dope.
It's really cool. There's only one season though.
I'm a sucker for just storylines where like
Yeah.
a guy starts off as nothing. And somehow he just becomes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something about that, I just love it.
I like character building the most in animes,
Yeah,
particularly.
I'm big on that.
So that's why I like that show a lot.
That's why.
But to hit my number 3 because I'm skipping you.
Oh, I said the best for last, right?
No, not me, man.
Hey, man.
I said the word character building, so Avatar: The
Yes,
Last
you did.
Airbender.
Oh, put her there, partner.
So much character
Put
building.
her-
Zuko,
yes.
Sokka, they're completely different characters.
Those are my number one. Yeah, I'll let y'all pick. Number one, number two. Those are my favorite fucking characters in a lot of anime. Because me and this other person was watching it, and I was talking to her.
Other male.
And I was like, what makes Avatar so great is it's serious when it needs to be, but it's comedic
Yes,
relief.
yes.
It's just on fucking point.
Yeah, the pace of that show is perfect.
Yes.
Because it knows if it's about to get dry, so then it does something to flip it up. And then if it's too goofy, it knows how to be serious again.
And plus, like, obviously, they're at war, whatever. And everybody can like a certain person that's driven for war, but they're not at war. They're at a campsite most nights because they're drifting back and forth. It's like you really see their fucking characters when you fucking watch it.
Yeah, no, you see the motivation behind each
Yeah.
of them and what they're doing.
You see their personality with it. Yeah,
So good.
yeah.
I haven't rewatched that in a long time, but when I was
I'll
younger,
go back and watch
boy,
it.
I grinded that out.
Oh, I still watch it. That's
I
one
used
of my
to be in
shows
the
I
pool
put
as
on.
a kid, just
I'm a waterbender.
yeah, you push and the water just kind of bubbles up. You're like, yeah.
I feel like everybody did that in the pool.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Whether you
Yeah.
watched that show or not. Just,
yeah.
okay, but that was
a big
my
one for
top
me.
3 anime, I feel like.
That was a great one. That's
I feel like
up there.
We've hit every great anime.
Yeah.
After this, we're just
hold
we're
on.
just
And you
fishing.
guys want to name a last one?
Hold on. I've already talked about Bleach, so I'm not gonna do that. It's the Tokyo Ghoul series.
okay.
we did
okay.
miss one. You're right.
The first I don't know if you want to call it 2 seasons. That one, if it didn't get blown to shit, that'd have been one of the best animes of all time.
I agree with you.
I mean, I remember I was in high school when I first watched it. I would come home from football practice, not get a lick of sleep just watching it. I think I finished it in like 2 days.
That's the only show that they were like they really shit the bed. They could have kept
Dude,
going.
it was so good, but then
Yeah.
they just didn't stick to the plot.
Well,
line.
you know the mangas are different from the,
the manga is one of the best ones from what I've heard.
Mhm. but they just completely changed it. I don't know why, because it was so dark, so grim, and
Yeah.
a psychological thriller, really.
It
And then they just made it goofy. It just really ruined it for
Yeah,
it.
it
Really,
was
tries to make it a true crime TV show in the second or the spinoff.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the hell, bro?
yeah. But if you cut that off, that little piece of artwork.
That first intro too, that intro song. Sorry you guys had to hear that.
I remember it. I remember
Ah,
it.
it's
Like, I
So
listen to
good.
it every day.
So good.
That was a damn good song.
That's what I go to the gym on.
That's my alarm clock when I wake up, bro.
Oh, that'll get you going.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the mood.
For me too, man.
But I mean, we're sitting here at like an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour 15?
Yeah.
That's a pretty long
I
episode.
think we'll cut it off there, man. I think
Yeah.
we're good. We already talked about what we had to talk all.
We named some
So-
TV shows. We named some animes.
Yeah.
We had a lot of rabbit holes in between.
Yeah. So if you guys got a favorite anime, let us know in the comments.
Yep.
And as always, like and subscribe. And we'll see you next episode, boys
Doses.
and ladies.